Mike's here.
Hey, Mike. Okay, how are you?
Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you. Glad you came in a little bit early.
Well, we complete everything we were going to do.
Yeah, take your coat.
I thought so, sure. Thank
All
you,
right. So I was a little bit concerned with what you said that an alderman had met about a year ago with somebody.
Yeah, with IDOT, Illinois Department of Transportation.
Yeah, I think that was the state rep.
You think it was Acevedo?
Acevedo, yeah, because there was another businessman in Chinatown by the name of Sam Ma that had previously talked to me about developing that site. But it never went anywhere because he could never come up with the partners that had the money to do it. And then when Eddie Nee made his proposal, he was the one individual that said no, you know.
Really? Okay.
And so, and then shortly after that, he had a meeting that he organized with some of the business leaders in Chinatown and Eddie, including Ray Chin, by the way, where he basically stated that the land would never be transferred unless it was developed by Sam Ma. They developed a political relationship. And so...
Didn't work very too well.
No, no. And I remember I was upset about that, but...
Well, it didn't show respect to you.
Well, absolutely. Well, he's always been that way. But anyway, so this is real important to me, Mike. And I'm not sure, and this is between you and I, whether I'll run again in 2019 or not.
A nice legacy.
Yeah, that's my point. And so, because it is a legacy, I want to make sure that it gets done. Now, both of these guys, Eddie and Ray, have always been, well, not Eddie, because he's recently, maybe the last 5 years, but Eddie for the 22 years, but Ray, for the 22 years I've been here, he's always been a strong supporter, listens to my advice and everything. And so, in the past, I have been able to steer some work to Mike, and these guys will do the same thing. And then, so I'm hoping whatever happens in this 2018 election, that this is going to go through.
Right. So, why don't we let's see how Nancy does.
Okay.
But then let's stay in touch.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it looks like she's meeting no resistance, I don't think she will, frankly. But if she does, then we'll do a dual path, and we'll also get you inside the Pritzker group.
You lost me.
Okay, so let's say that IDOT says, nah, we don't want to give anything to, we don't want to work with the city.
Oh, I got it.
Okay? So instead of just keeping it quiet, if that's what we think is happening, then we want to get inside the Pritzker group, so in 2019, the Pritzker IDOT will say okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll do a dual path.
It's a dual path, but at this point you think that on this side of the Rauner camp, because of Nancy's relationship, it could still go through anyway.
Mm-hmm. So let's see how she does. Mm-hmm. You never know with Rauner. He's a very emotional guy. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He doesn't think like you do.
Although he has been very friendly to Chinatown.
He has. I agree.
He goes there every New Year's parade, and he goes to the chamber lunches, and a lot of the leadership seems to connect with him. That's not necessarily votes for him,
right.
but I think it's a good, TV.
That's why I think you got a better shot at this than you think.
Okay.
But why don't we let her go for a while,
mm-hmm.
and then you and I stay in touch, and if at some point in time we think that she's not going to be successful, then we'll run that other dual path.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then Mike will help out on his end no matter what. Good. Do you have any questions in terms of?
I don't think so. So if this is okay with you, what I was going to do is
mm-hmm.
introduce Nancy to you.
Mm-hmm.
Then, since it's your ward, if you want to introduce them to Eddie and Ray, and then after you guys sit down, I'll excuse myself.
Okay. And then I'm going to make the same point to Nancy that I made to you, that as she continues to follow up, I'd like to be included
Sure.
in the
And
follow-up.
I'll reinforce that.